If you're looking to make your first $1,000 on the Amazon Influencer Program, then this video is for you. I've been on the Amazon Influencer Program for about 4 years now, and I'm going to be going over how to make your first $1,000. Currently, I make around $4,000 every month with the Amazon Influencer Program. So in this video, I'll walk you through my exact strategy of what I would do if I were to make my first $1,000 again on the Amazon Influencer Program. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you need to know is some sort of mindset shift when it comes to the Amazon Influencer Program. I feel like one of the most common pieces of advice that people tend to tell you online is that you should review everything that you currently have in your home. While I do agree with this to some extent, it's not for the reason that most people think. I feel like with the products in your home, review them in order to get like repetition and practice in order to kind of understand and get a feel of what it's like to actually create a review and then post it onto the Amazon platform. So the goal here isn't to necessarily make money with your first few quote unquote reps, reviewing everything in your home. Your goal is essentially to get better at filming, understand the process of what it's like to actually film an item, and then also understand the system and how it's easiest to actually take that video and then upload it onto the Amazon storefront. So if you take a look at all the items in your home, let's start off, let's say, with 100 products that you have lying in your home that you've ordered from Amazon. You want to go ahead and start filming these products one at a time in order to speak naturally, learn how to film, understand how to upload videos efficiently. And then after your first 100 videos, then you want to start becoming more strategic with which products you actually review and make a video on. Eventually you'll reach a point where you feel comfortable on camera and you actually feel comfortable making these videos. And that's the point where you need to start thinking about your Amazon Influencer Store as a business and not necessarily as just something that's on the side. After your first batch of videos, as you start to learn how to film, that's when you want to be more intentional with what videos you actually do film, and that's based on which videos are going to convert well. The Amazon Influencer is not about uploading as many videos as you can, although there is a numbers component to it, but eventually you will reach a point where you want to be more selective and intentional with which products you actually review. But the lowest hanging fruit here, of course, is number one, starting with products that you already own. So audit your house, take note of which products are from Amazon, take note which ones that you even bought off of Amazon, but you can still film. Even if you bought an item from Walmart or Target or Best Buy, for example, if it's still sold on Amazon, then you can review that item and post that video on the Amazon platform. Now, for every product that you audit, I follow a very simple 3-step framework on how I create my videos. So if I'm reviewing a video, let's say this mat here, the video usually starts with why I got the item, and then I go over what problem does the item solve for me. So that's kind of like a 2-in-1, why I got the item, and then why I got the item or what problem does it solve. Number 2, then I go over what I like about the item, and then lastly, I go over what I don't like about the item. I feel like with these Amazon influencer videos, they're meant to be more natural coming from the standpoint of a consumer. They're not meant to be like highly researched. People aren't looking for like entire essays on why they should get an item, but make it seem like you actually use the item is another important thing. Sometimes I do demonstrations, sometimes I don't, depending on the item. But that 3-step framework as far as me actually telling people why I got the item or what problem does it solve. Number 2, what are the things I like about the item? And then number 3, what I don't like about the item. That usually makes it seem like I actually use the product, which in most cases, all the items I do post videos on with Amazon, I actually do use them myself. I find that a lot of Amazon influencer videos, a lot of them can be really technical. That's usually not my style when it comes to creating my Amazon review videos. I feel like a lot of shoppers on the Amazon platform are looking for real people's opinions. They're actually looking to see someone who's used it and get their opinion on that product. Now, of course, if the technicalities matter, for example, let's say the size matters or how it fits matters, then of course mention that. But in most cases, I usually refrain from like the obvious information that's on the Amazon page. And I go more towards like the opinion-based stuff that people are genuinely looking for when it comes to reviewing products. Now, after you audit your home and you start reviewing some single items and you start getting the feel of what it's like to actually post videos, I wouldn't say there's a actual quantifiable amount of how many videos you should make before you start feeling comfortable. But once you start reaching that point where you feel comfortable filming the videos, then you want to move on to the next type of format of a video, which is product comparison videos. So with the audit of your home, you want to find, let's say, 2 shower heads, or let's say you have like 5 different carry-on luggages in your home. You want to go ahead and review those all together. Now, the reason why comparison videos work so well is because number one, they're longer videos. So recall my format of how I create my single review videos. If I'm comparing 5 different carry-on luggages, I basically do the same thing. I state why I got the carry-on luggage and what problem does it solve. I state what I like about the carry-on luggage. And then number 3, I go over why I don't like the carry-on luggage. So for 5 different carry-on luggages, I do that 5 times, and that just leads to a longer video ultimately. Now with the Amazon platform, very similar to YouTube, longer videos tend to build more watch time. So if you think about, like, let's say a 1-minute long video, which is how long a lot of the reviews are on Amazon, if someone watches 30% of that 1-minute video, that's only 30 seconds of watch time that the person is actually getting. Sorry, about 20 seconds actually, so 30% of 1 minute. Now, if someone watches a 10-minute long video with the same exact watch time percentage, let's say 30% of 10 minutes, now that's a 3-minute watch time duration that people are actually getting. So just by your videos being naturally longer, they build more watch time. And then I think that's a metric that Amazon themselves sees on their back end. And it's also a reason why a lot of the top videos in different carousels, they're pretty long videos. And if you start taking note of when you look at actual video carousels, take note of the #1 ranking video. And in most cases, it's going to be a long video. So long videos tend to build more watch time naturally. And if you do my format before, as far as if you have 5 items, go over what the problem is and why you got the item, go over what you like about the item, and then go over what you don't like about the item. Combine all 5 of those formats for 5 different products together, and now you have like a 15 to 20 minute long video. That seems natural and doesn't seem forced. So it's a very simple formula. I usually just grab like 2 items or 5 items, and then I just combine them into a long video. At the end of the product comparison video, I normally state what item was my favorite. And with the item, I actually do see better conversions when I mention at the end which item I liked best. So tying back to my carry-on luggage example, if I like this blue carry-on luggage the best, I will mention that at the end of the video. And I do tend to see more sales happen for that blue carry-on luggage. Now, comparison videos for me, since the past 4 years, they've been my biggest drivers of growth and income when it comes to product review videos, not only on Amazon, but also on YouTube as well. Which leads me to my next point. You want to go ahead and double dip your content on YouTube. So while you're creating these product comparison videos, also post them onto YouTube, because people are searching on YouTube for reviews. But the thing with YouTube is that it's not on-site commissions, nor is it creator connection commissions. They're more so tied to what they call off-site commissions. So when you take that product comparison video and you post it onto YouTube, people click on the link in the description to buy that product, you're now going to start earning off-site commissions, which gradually adds up all together. In addition to off-site commissions, you're also going to get YouTube AdSense once you're monetized. Brands can actually see your videos as well, and they can reach out for sponsored products as well, or paid sponsorships. And posting on YouTube and diversifying your income just makes it so that you have not all of your eggs in one basket. So a single product comparison video can be reposted onto Amazon and be posted on YouTube. And you can also get on-site commissions, off-site commissions, creator connections commissions, and also AdSense as well. Now, the next part to get to that $1,000, your first $1,000 on the Amazon Influencer Program, is to be consistent. So in my case, I try to make it a habit to film at least 1 product comparison video every week. It usually consists of around 5 products within the same category. So this week, / the past week and a half actually, I've been working on a video comparing 5 different smart air fryers together. It took me a really long time to actually understand the air fryers, but usually when I make these videos, they're very evergreen. Like some of my best performing videos on Amazon and on YouTube are videos that I posted almost 4 years ago now. So with this smart air fryer review video, it's going to be posted on Amazon, YouTube. Best of all, it's an evergreen video. So as long as people are looking for air fryers, they're going to see my video and they'll consider buying, hopefully, one of the options that I have that I'm talking about within the video. Now, eventually, as you start to create these product comparison videos and you start to create these single reviews, eventually you're going to run out of items to make videos on. So that's when you want to start being intentional and actually buying products specifically to review and try to make a return on. Now, when it comes to choosing the right products to make reviews on, I use a tool called Viral View. And so I'm going to hop into my computer and show you what exactly I look for when it comes to buying products intentionally.